Now the following hotkey is very useful as well. Is for any reason, depending on the keyboard you have. If you have British keyboard or the American keyboard from the States, it's gonna be a different key. If you have the American keyboard, this will be the back quote key. Okay, back quote key. When you press that, this bar will appear. Okay, the same if you have the British keyboard, you just need to press the single quote key, the single quote key. Anyway, when you press this key, this green bar will appear. The green bar shows you the health bar here, but in any unit. This gives you some good information because it's not just the green bar, but if you focus a little bit, you can see these little small blue points here. Okay, this indicates the stamina levels. Okay, remind you that all units consume stamina, and depending on their features here, consume more or less stamina. Okay, so their bars, in this bar you can see the health and the stamina. Also, you can see if the unit are carrying, if the unit is carrying a hiding object, and that you can see that if it's an ally or an enemy. In this case is indicated by this little white circle with a like kind of a red diagonal. Okay, same for this unit here. Sorry, this unit. Okay, this unit, you see, it's carrying something. In this case, it's healing water. So you are attacking, and you can, using this bar and using the control key, you select the unit you most prefer to attack. And you can see bars of your units and your enemy units, how those decay, and you can, for example, you could take this unit away, or even though you could even attack a specific unit with a hide object, which is the case of this one, for example, if you are able to spot it. So yeah, very helpful, but remember, if you are using a British keyboard, it will be a single quote key, but if you are using the American one from the States, it's the back quote key. Another important key, very important, we talked about it in the last video, is the S key that activates the stand ground function, activates the formation. Okay, that gives you a bonus of this this formation, activates the bonus, the attack. So simply just send to attack the army, press attack, and press stand ground button, pressing the S key, and activates the formation. Can deactivate the formation pressing the control key and attacking the unit of the group of units, and press the S key to activate the formation automatically. The following key I'm going to talk about is the E key, also very interesting key. So with the E key, you can select one of the units. It has to be a military unit, right? Press the E key once, and this hand will appear, pointing with a finger. Select one part of the map you want to explore with fog. Send it to there. We'll go to that point, and from that point we'll start cleaning the area of fog around this unit. So it's quite, maybe at the beginning of the game it's not that useful, but you see, I haven't touched it yet. Took a little bit to react, but it went to clean that part of the map. It's cleaning everything without me doing absolutely nothing. When they finish, that just stop. You can carry on by doing that with the E button, this area. And it will clean all the fog area around, while you can be occupied doing something else instead. Okay, here you go. Well, it's another Teuton camp. Another function of the E key, this function, I don't know if it was created intentionally, but actually it works and it's very, very useful. You can control, attack the units, hold position or stand ground with the S key, and your units will maintain hold position or stand ground. By pressing the E key, you can select with the hero and specifically attack one unit, for example that one, and that will happen is automatically the hero will start moving, but your units will remain in the stand ground position. Right? You can move them again. The units attack, and when they are in the position you want, hold position, press E, make them attack. The units will remain in the hold position with the bonus, but the hero will attack. Very interesting key indeed. Don't know if that was done intentionally, but that's the effect produced, and it's very interesting. Another interesting key is the key that hides the trees. In both the English, American English, and the British keyboard is the backslash key. When you press the backslash key, obviously they are in different positions if you are using the English or the American one. So the backslash key, you press that and you can hide the trees in there. This feature is very interesting, especially online, as you can get and hide objects like the healing water here. You can put that behind that bush. Now nobody can see the object there, but if you press backslash, the object will appear in the form of a leather bag. This is another feature, very interesting. Here even in some villages here, trees. Another interesting hotkey is the slash key, that when you press it, it shows you game time with some extra information and some information from you and the rivals. If you keep pressing the slash key, it gives you power score, development score, overall score, military score. Now with the dot key, when you press dot key, still the game time information above to the right still there, but the information below disappears. Like this. So with the dot key on and off. This is for both the English American keyboard and the British one. This is very important so you can control the objects on the map. Another interesting key, less relevant but still interesting, is the Alt key. By pressing Alt key, all the trading routes you have created disappear from the map. They still are there, but they disappear from the map. You can hide these routes, as you can see there. Another hotkey is the page down key. When you press a page down key, select the units with less health. Let's say every selection you do, you select the 50% of the units of your army with less health. Every time you press that, it's 50% of the current selection. So the same, if you select page up, it goes for the units with higher health of all of them, 50% of the current selection. The other two interesting keys is the insert key, that from an army it selects the 50% of the units with a high level. So every time you press, it gets a 50% of them. Again, another 50% from that selection, and again and again. Same if you press delete. Every time you select the units with a lower level, as you can see. If you press the tabulator, what it shows you is the previous action you have done, which is, for example, this selection. So it gives you the vision of the previous action you have made. Another important key is the space bar to open the minimap or close it. Very important key. I almost forget this key. It's probably one of the basic ones to talk about. After the space bar, you can use the enter key, which opens and closes the chat, and also send the message by writing anything, and just press enter again, it will appear there. Also used to put special codes, like this one, for example. Another hotkey is the comma. When you select comma, you select the different heroes you have created, ones on their own or with units attached. The same function as the wheel of the mouse. If you roll the wheel, it will roll in between all the heroes you have. It's one function not done with any hotkey, but with the mouse, which is if you do a quick double click on one of the units, like right now, double click quickly, you will select all the units attached to the hero but the hero. So you select all, you have all these units attached. So when you do double click here, automatically select all the units attached except for the hero. Why you would like to do that? For example, if you want quickly select the units and send them to attack over this area, control, holding the key while the hero is standing holding position. There, the stand ground function. You can do that if you want, for example, to protect your hero in a certain distance against an army, or just to select them to quick and attach the units and send them somewhere, whatever you want. And finally, in the numerical keypad, you can use the plus and minus to increase or decrease the speed of the game. So slower speed is 80, then 100, then 140, then 200, and then 300. Again, you can still lower the speed by selecting these codes, special codes, trick codes. There is more, but these are the main ones. Every unit, or let's say every feature here, for example, leave the army, you could press V, but also we normally don't use these keys because it's quicker to use the icon in the bar here. And the same for these features here. For example, defensive cry. Instead of pressing O, you can just go quicker selecting the icon here. But that's every player has its own ways, so I just don't go on it. There's also extra functions, it's not less important on the game. Again, I don't use them very much because you can, with the escape key, you can select the main menu and do whatever you need to do. Close the game, load the game, save it, options, etc. All these functions, F1, F2, F3, F4, you can explore them if you wish, but the main hotkeys are explained. And that's it for today. I hope you like this video, and I see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.